Hi, my name's Stuart Grimsey. I'm a senior consultant at Baines Simmons. I'm here today with my colleague Steve.
I'm Steve Hough, a managing principal consultant.
Today we're going to look at understanding if your management system is actually working and how we might do that. So, Steve, we've looked at in the past at individual safety actions or maybe mitigations that have been put in place and how we can assure ourselves that they're actually working. But what about the management system as a whole?
Yes, and that's often a part that people forget about in a way, because they think they're doing safety assurance because, we talked previously about validating have we done it, verifying is it working. But one of the big questions is, well, we base a lot of our decisions in a management team on the output from the management system, those indicators, the reports that are coming out of it. But if the management system itself isn't working effectively, we might be basing all those risk-based data-driven decisions on the wrong data, or we might have some blind spots in our management system that we're not aware of. So we're maybe going in slightly the wrong direction, or we're not aware of everything. We don't know what we don't know if the management system isn't mature enough to pick all of this up.
So how do we develop that knowledge? How do we know?
Yeah, well, again, as part of the regulation, there's some guidance a little bit on this about how we have to do safety assurance. And also in some of the standing agendas for the safety review boards, you have to review the management system performance. So that's talked about in the regulations and the guidance materials. But I go to a lot of organizations where I ask them the question, how do you know your management system is working? And the answer back is, we check that or we speak about that at the safety review board.
But do they really?
Often not. Some do, some don't. They kind of talk about what's going on, but they very rarely sit back and reflect and say, are we getting the right information? Is our system mature? Are we getting the right things out of it? They just run through the agenda and what are the current hot topics at the moment, what's front and center, or firefighting, rather than saying, is the system as a whole really working for us?
So what would your consulting advice be to a company that maybe is in that situation where they're looking at it but not really understanding how it's working? What would you say to them? What do you advise?
Well, one of the things, you can go about it various different ways, and you can do it at your safety review board, of course, and the regular drumbeat of meetings that you've got going through, but you really need that in the agenda. You need to sit back and talk about it. Another way of doing it is maybe annually, or certainly at periodic times, whatever's appropriate, is to have a management system evaluation. Just take that time to sit back for the accountable manager to say, this is the management system. Okay, everybody, is this working for us? The first thing would be to review the safety policy. Is the policy still relevant? Do we need to amend it in any ways? But the second big question is, are we living up to our safety policy? All these things that we've said, do we actually do that? In the last year, have we lived up to it? Are the bits that we haven't done? And then the next question is the management system, the tool that helps the team make those risk-based, data-driven decisions, is actually delivering on that? Where are what indicators aren't we worried about? That actually we just report on, but nobody actually pays attention to. Well, we can get rid of those. What are the indicators we really need? What don't we have? So it's a little bit of a contract between the management system and the management team, the safety manager and the compliance monitoring manager and the nominated persons. How is that interaction working? Are the right questions being asked, and have they got the answers?
Okay, that's really good advice, but that feels a bit binary almost. So that's, yes, we've got something that's doing something. How do we now actually refine what the performance of the management system is? How can businesses start looking at that?
There are some tools you can use. One, you can just have a look and sort of think at that meeting, well, how mature is our system now? But there are some tools that you can use to look into that. So we advise an assessment. There are some that you can use as a self-assessment, but one of the things that we do is a diagnostic where we can go in and we use a recognised scale and we ask questions about how well things are working. We look at all different areas, particularly if you're familiar, and I think quite a lot of people have seen our smart map. We look around those different areas of the smart map and see how well each one of those are performing. So you can see the different elements, how mature the system is. And we use a scale which is internationally recognised: present, suitable, operating and effective. And most organisations should be present and suitable to get their initial approval. We see varying degrees of that in certain areas as well. But then how well are they operating, and are they getting towards an effective management system? And understanding that and the reasons why can really help lift them out and give the team and the accountable manager the confidence that the management system is actually doing what it should.
Great. That's been really interesting. Thanks, Steve. I hope you found that useful. If you've liked it, then tuning in again, and we'll be discussing more topics.